Hi, Flosstube. It's Lisa Smith, Kindred Stitcher. Happy Valentine's Day. I'm wearing pink for you, and we're just hanging around watching the Olympics. The last 3 or 4 weeks have been pretty chill here, which is super nice. Not the regular pace of running through life, and I just can't tell you how much I love hanging around my house, watching my husband work on it. He's almost done with siding. We've had a blessed, I would say, month of very temperate weather here, which happens in the Pacific Northwest. I live in Oregon. If you're new to my channel, welcome. It is usually rain and drear for many months, but we've had fantastic weather, which has allowed my husband to get back outside and finish the siding. So he's hopped back and forth between projects. And again, if you're new to my channel, we're building a house. We live in the country. When I say we, I mean my husband, right? I'm still working, and he's amazing. So he's finished most of the siding. We'll probably finish that in the next few days, and the good weather has certainly helped with that. Also, he's working he switches between the inside projects and the outside projects. And I would say he's going to work on our bathroom next. He's worked on the shower. It's almost done. We have flooring to put in. Then we need to buy vanities, a toilet, and a bathtub. And that will mostly be done. Some doors. And then we're going to move to the kitchen, which is going to be super expensive. So we're making headway. What's going on? I am going to show you a few whips that I worked on, and then I'm going to show you some haul. Then I'm going to talk about my 25 for 250. So this year is the 250th anniversary of the founding of the United States. I have 25 projects that I started. Some of them I started last year in our whips. Some of them I've finished. And I have many, many new ones to start. And I knew once market started that the projects would be just incredible. I do have the Plum Street release from, I want to say it was the summer school last summer. I have that on order, and several people have finished that. It's an amazing stitch. My friend Vanessa Flamefingers. We are Patriotic stitching sisters. We both love patriotic stitching and tempt each other. And then we just saw today the release that Paulette is bringing to market. She's had several, but she has a big 250th celebration sampler, which is, I ordered. I also pre-ordered Jeanette Douglas's Patriotic box that Michelle at Farm Girl has offered. She said the company making the boxes is closing. So if you want to get one of those, I'll go on Michelle's site and see what's left. And those boxes, Jeanette's designed several different, they're small combos that fit in the boxes. So get a box now while you still can. Since we last spoke, and was it a whip parade? I think it was. Nope, I've had another one in between then. I had a restart on Peace on Earth sampler, which is also coming out at market. Michelle at Farm Girl offered this as a club kit, not a club kit, as just a kit. And this was a retreat piece for one of her retreats. This is by Teresa Kitten Stitcher, Shakespeare's Peddler. It's so pretty. And I had started it on the kit fabric, which was 40 count, I think it was raw natural, which just wasn't for me. I just decided it wasn't for me, and I knew that I needed to make a change. So I did restart this, and I went to town on it for a while. So I restarted this on 40 count Friendship Green. The lighting's not fantastic today. I've puttered around long enough today that it's now afternoon, and the lighting's not quite as good. And I don't want to turn the lights on because I don't think that will help. Anyway, this is 40 count Friendship Green hand dyed by Stephanie. It's a fantastic color. It's more of it's a blue green, if you will. It's not blue. It sort of looks like mountain mist. The colors just really love being on this fabric. This was the right one for me, and I posted on Instagram, and several people have already restarted it on a green fabric. I think Christy from Crosshatch Quilts said that she was restarting. She had started hers on a green fabric as well. But the pinks and the reds, and they're really not super bright pinks and reds. There's like cayenne in here and sanguine. They're a little more of a muted red. They really love the color of this fabric. So this is Peace on Earth sampler. And I'm going to try and continue to work on that, even amidst all the 25 for 250 stitches that I'm going to be working on. So I'm going to talk a little bit about haul, because my other whips are new starts for the 25 for 250. And I'll throw things off to the side here. One of the 25 for 250 that I started, I needed a white for it. And so I ordered these from Silks for You. They're out of Australia. It came through no problem. These are an incredible value. This is white, and this is just the jet black. I think there's a charcoal color, which I already have, but this is the black. I ordered both of them. And what I love about it is there's just fantastic coverage with the silk. It's a thicker thread, and they're great to work with. One day I went up to Acorns and Threads. I think it was last Saturday, because I had a coupon, because she runs a collector, what does she call it? Collector's coupon book. There's a monthly coupon that you can use at Acorns and Threads, but you have to buy the book at her fall open house. So I bought some 40 count weeks parchment that I'm going to use on a couple of charts. I love parchment. It's a great color. It's easy to use. It's very neutral. I also went on to, I don't know who was stitching this. I went on to Silver Needle's website, and I bought Teresa Kitten Stitcher's Season Greetings. She also had this one offered, The Magic of Christmas, and Anticipation by Shakespeare's Peddler. I want to say that Stitchers went to a retreat, and they thought of some elements to put in a sampler. This might be the one that they came up with. I don't know, but isn't that neat? So those are more, I'm just really into the Christmas stitching. I also picked up this. Where did I get this? Oh, this I think was from Acorns and Threads. I bought a ton of threads. This month the coupon was threads, so I bought a bunch of stuff for my 25 for 250. But look at that, Chessie and Me. Isn't that pretty? Cherry House Housewife. I love Chessie and Me. And also Leela's Studio, Peace on Earth. Peace on Earth is a theme, isn't it? I had Acorns and Threads order that for me. This is the Dying to Stitch. What's the name of the sampler sewing circle kit? This is Blackbird Designs. Dear friend, welcome to our home, dear friend. Oh my gosh, I love this. Love, love, love it. I had also ordered from Dying to Stitch. They had offered a kit for their anniversary. I think it's their, what anniversary is this? 20th birthday celebration kit. Cherished Friends by Heart and Hand. This is to celebrate, isn't that so cute? Celebrate the anniversary of Dying to Stitch. I love this. Love, love, love it. And then look at this on the back. There's another chart. Wouldn't that be just so cute in a bowl in your sewing room? And then I'm going to tell you something that was amazing that happened. So Dying to Stitch, Anne and Pat they're the best. They're so lovely. Lori and I went on a retreat. I want to say it was 2018 or 19. We did a grand tour where we went to Virginia Beach, went to the Dying to Stitch retreat, flew over to Madison, Wisconsin. I think we stuck around for an extra day because we went to, I always want to say Arlington, that's not right. Anyway, we went to a tourist place near Virginia Beach on a Monday. Then we flew to Madison, Wisconsin, and drove over to Spring Green and met our friends Donna and Jean. And we were at Country Sampler for a few days, and then we drove from there to the Farm Girl Dry Goods. It was called the Midwest Cross Stitch Retreat at that time. The name has changed, and it was in Minnesota. So we were gone like 10 days, and we were exhausted, and we had to pack extra bags on the way home. So anyway, so Anne and Pat have an Instagram account, and in December, each week they have a giveaway, and it's usually a big post, and they'll invite followers to share a memory or ask them what they would do in a situation, and then they choose a winner each week for a giveaway. And I was so shocked. The last week they had a few people, I think they had 3 people who won giveaways, and then one person also wins a retreat entry, which is an amazing gift as well. So I was shocked to see my name. It wasn't the retreat entry, it was a surprise. And my friend Kim Hart, she reaches out to me. She goes, "Did you see you won something from Dying to Stitch?" I'm like, I can't believe it. So I emailed them, and I was chatting with Anne on Instagram, and she said, "I'm mailing this. You're going to love it." And so I couldn't wait. I was so excited, and I got it in the mail. This is the retreat piece from Brenda from the fall retreat, I think. And they had an extra one. So I died. I couldn't believe it. Felt so grateful. And I'm sure that this will come out probably this year, because Brenda's really good about releasing her stuff to everyone. But that was an amazing gift. And I just can't say enough good things about the ladies at Dying to Stitch. They're the nicest ladies to work with. All right. So after I went to Acorns and Threads last week, I went to a couple of different stores. I went to a place in Newburgh, Oregon called Bits and Buttons, I think. It's a new store. And I picked up some, I bought this fabric. And this is to make project bags. It is the Laundry Basket Quilt Sewing Circle fabric, which I hadn't seen in stores. That, it's around. I just hadn't been to a store that had it, and I got it with a neutral background. And yes, I have lots and lots and lots of project bags to finish making. And now I'm just being very chill. Like, I cannot be bothered to be rushed through anything anymore. And so I'm just kind of enjoying this little bit of respite and rest right now in my life. After I went to Bits and Buttons, I went to a store, you wind in the backcountry, to a store called Speckled Hen. Olivia from Pumpkin Hall Quilts also goes to that store. It's a local store to her. And they had a fantastic, I do have some pictures, maybe I'll drop them at the end of the video. They had a fabulous collection of Civil War and just more of an earth tone palette. So this is these are mixed fabrics. I don't know. Some of them are Kim Deal, I think. This one is by Henry Glass. Is this Kim Deal? Ooh, I bought all that they had of this, because isn't that luscious? Nothing says fall like a good pumpkin-y colored fabric. And then look at this one. Great print. A lot of these are small prints. Be great for a fall quilt. I did have someone ask if I could show some quilts that I made. I have gifted probably most of my quilts I've ever made, and I've made a lot, especially baby quilts. I have some that are kind of put away, but I'm a good fabric collector right now, and I probably will get over and sew. I'm looking at my sewing machine and get back to making some bags. I have a goal. I'll tell you about it in the future. I have a goal with those bags. Also with the same Speckled Hen, I got this fabric. Is that not adorable? A girl at her ironing board, she looks like she's a little bit like she's sweating. Like maybe she's exasperated at having to iron, and then one that's just irons, and then this would be the inside of the bag. So these are all for bags as well. And then I was at Hobby Lobby same day. I went everywhere, you guys. I was gone the whole day. I saw this fabric and I died at how cute this is. Look at the dog fabric, but it's Easter fabric too. And this is the inside of the bag. So cute. So cute. Out at Hobby Lobby, I picked up a couple of these boxes. Oh, so funny. I put on my Insta story that I did not know when you buy these boxes from Hobby Lobby, this is open here. It's like a flange almost. It's got sticky inside of it, so you just peel off a paper and you stick it together and it solidifies the box. I didn't know that that's the way it comes. So I bought 2 of these for storing my silks. I need to buy some Flosstube bags. I ordered them on Amazon and they were delayed. There was some chain issue. I don't know what it was. But I decided that storing my silks in Flosstube bags, the NPIs especially, I don't put them on floss drops. I just stick them in a Flosstube bag, and I'm going to put them in numeric order in there. And I'm kind of getting to the end of the haul here. I did happen to I asked Acorns and Threads to order some Lakeside linen. Sometimes when you order it, it takes 3 months. Sometimes it takes a year and a half. You just never know. This is vintage Meadow Rue. It's so gorgeous. I love it, love it, love it. And I had picked up this Silks for You Slug Bug, which is very, very warm. They also had some that's not warm. It's more of a grayishy color. And I didn't want that. I wanted the one that was a warmer dye lot. And I was on another site. I don't know if it was Hobby House maybe. I think it was Hobby House. And I ordered 4 and it came in that grayishy dye lot, which is fine. It's not really what I want. So I might just reach out to Silks for You to see if they have the warmer color. And on this fabric, I'm going to stitch the Modern Folk Embroidery. This is their style for this year, Little Acorns. And this is courtesy of Anna and Cheryl. Cheryl from A Maker's Life and Anna from Stitch Roadies. I was at the, what was it? Jingle Ball, I think. And they were talking about stitching this and I was like, well, I want to stitch that. So now I've got stuff. I got my color palette. I just need to find the right thread. I just need to find something that I like more on the thread. All right, I'm going to clean this up and I'm going to be right back and we're going to talk about 25 for $2.50. Hold please. Well, I had to do a little bit of digging here. So the whips that I have already going for 25 and $2.50, I have finished 4 and one of them I can't find. It's here somewhere. I'm lucky to have this room be done, but it's not completely done. So I don't have shelving in my closet. I don't have a lot of storage in here. I've got a little bit, but not a lot. So it's in a box somewhere. I don't know where it is. So the first one is Salt Box Quilt Sampler. I'll drop a picture here of the finish that I had. It was so much fun to stitch. It was so much fun to stitch. And it was a whip that I had started when I did Patriotic Mania, Stitch Mania in like 2021 maybe. That's the first one. The second one is Summer at Cherry Hill. And I showed you this fully finished framed piece on the last video. This is by this is by With Thy Needle and Thread. And what a blast to stitch this. Just absolutely love the way this turned out. That is Summer at Cherry Hill. And I have a finish that I showed you last video, Ocean Blue Stocking by Kathy Barrick. It's off to be fully finished. I mailed that off. So I'll drop a picture in here of that one. So some of these are not patriotic per se. They're like, I consider things that are like nautical. You got sort of that red, white, and blue feel to it. I did insert some in there. I knew that we would be getting more charts this year for the 250th anniversary for sure. I just saw Plum Street's amazing release of the Worthy Patriot, and I ordered that kit ASAP also. I don't know if I said that earlier. So I'm going to have a hard time containing this to 25 is what I'm trying to say. Love to one, friendship to many, goodwill to all. This is not a big piece, but it is densely stitched. And I haven't spent a lot of time on it. There's another whip on the other corner. Like, this is my start. It's a teeny tiny little start. And I am looking forward to getting back to this one. What I have planned to start are also not, there's a couple big pieces, but most of them are smalls. The Scarlet House, Good Company, I have in this Patriotic stitch. It sort of has that nautical American feel to it. This one I haven't stitched on since my Whip Parade. This is on 40 count vintage hair by Lakeside. This is an oldie but a goodie, Jeremiah Junction. Country craft shops, look at that. Americana for sure. This one is being stitched with just a plethora of silks that I have on hand. I think there's a mistake in there. I probably will just fudge it. This is a fun one. This one's just sort of, I want to say simple stitching. There's some back stitching in here for sure. And there's, I think, a dozen hearts on this because it screams 1980s. And I'm going to take probably most of the hearts off of that. Teresa Kogut, Land That I Love. Oh, do you love that one? I freaking love this one. Why I haven't finished this one yet, I don't know. I had to start on it. And I think this is one that once I get it on my Q-snap, it'll be hanging out there. And I'll get a lot of work done. So this is just the one bottom left corner, which is where I usually start. I stitch on a Q-snap, 11 by 17 Q-snap, and I have a lap stand that has arms that come out that I just lay my Q-snap on. It has uprights and a horizontal that I can just sit it in my lap. Sweet Liberty by Lori Rippey. Isn't that sweet? And I have the bones of the border done. And the beginning of the alphabet, so I knew which side was up. You're a Grand Old Flag. Every time I see Donna, my friend Donna, we took that grand tour trip to Country Sampler. We bought this one and kitted it up with Belle Soie because Country Sampler was cleaning that out and it was in the basement. We got packs of them for a good deal. And just did a conversion from there. This is as far as I am, but those silks look fantastic. And this is 40 count vintage pearl barley by Lakeside that we found at Country Sampler. So you'll see a ton of patriotic stitching from me. This one has not been worked on since the Whip Parade. But I did pick it up this year and get quite a bit done. This is American Sampler by Paulette from Plum Street. And I don't remember what fabric this is on. But I worked all the way to the end, just got the bunting done so I can just do fill in and then work on the house. This one, surprisingly, is not as big as you might think it is. Move this to the side. All right, so those are the ones that were already in route, either finished or started and a whip counted in the 25 from last year. And that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So what else have I done since then? Well, Tara from Solly Stitches had a 250 kickoff from the Super Bowl and or a kickoff for the 250 celebration for America. And I started Bees Stitched by my friend Annie from Annie Bees. This is on 37 count Russian tea cake by Access Commodities, and it was a delight to stitch on. Fantastic fabric. Loved, loved, loved stitching this. Took a few days because there was a bit of stitching in there. So that was a start and a finish. And then I went to this bad boy, girl. One Nation. Remember I said most of them are smalls? There's a couple big ones, but most of them are small. This is One Nation by Bygone Stitches. I chose Mudslide, which is a silk weaver fabric, and I had ordered the white silk because I'm using the red Silks for You, which is PR126, and the blue, which is PR065. I finally figured out that I need to put the numbers on floss drops because every time I show this, people ask me the color. I have to look it up in my Etsy purchase history to figure it out. And then I've got the white that I just ordered, and I haven't put them on floss drops yet. Okay, so let's talk about this. That white is not very showy on here. And I should have learned my lesson from other people who have stitched this, because oftentimes people start this and then they get to the white and they're like, nope, and they restart it. And I was working on it at night and I thought, boy, you really can't see this. I think I'm probably gonna have to restart it. So I came into the craft room, I rummaged through my fabrics and picked one. I thought, oh, this will be a good color. Hate to restart it. And then the next morning I came in, I'm like, I put this up against the wall. And yes, you can see it just fine. It's just not gonna pop and be dark or pop off of a dark fabric, but it's gonna be just fine. Now this is a 46 count. I think it's a 46 count. I should probably double check that because I think it's okay even if it's a 40 count. Anyway, so the Silks for You, you might think, how does that Silks for You work on that 46 count fabric? It's fine. It's a little full, but it's not terrible. It's not bunchy. It doesn't look terrible with multiple stitches next to each other. It's very pretty actually. So I think especially as I get up to areas that are darker, you're really going to see the white a lot more, or the white next to like the blue, which is what you get up in the upper left corner, this area here. So I'm not going to restart it. I thought I might, which disappointed me, but then I decided I was not going to do that. So that was a start. And then I also started this one out of the Souvenirs of Summer. I've had this partially kitted forever. And it's this one. I'm going to just hang this off the side so I don't show you the rest of the book or any patterns. So this one, a lot of people have stitched this in the history of time. So Souvenirs of Summer, I don't know if this is available or not, that particular book, but these just look like a summertime ice cream cone. They're so pretty. These colors are just fantastic. I had a piece of the 19th century Blackbird, 19th century Blackbird by R&R. Now, this, like, if you put a dark fabric behind this or something dark, the fabric looks darker. So when I started working, I thought, oh, this looks lighter than what is in the book, but it's not. And also, I think this picture in the book is a little blown out, so the threads even maybe look lighter than what they are in reality. And I love working on this. I can't even tell you how much I love working on it. It's a 32 count. I'm using 2/2. And I am not having any problems with the thread looking decent. On a 32 or 28, what have I got on there? Something. You get a piece of lint or something. Make sure it comes off. Generally the fabric, what I find with my stitches is the bottom leg of the stitch usually lays pretty good, but sometimes the top leg gets a little twisted. So when that happens, what I end up doing is just stopping, pulling the needle off, separating the threads and pulling them back together, and maybe just running my fingers over them a couple times, rethreading my needle, and that usually takes care of it. If it doesn't, I just, well, once I bring my second leg up through the fabric, and before I go down, I railroad, so I run the needle between the two threads before I go down to complete the second leg. And I don't railroad every stitch. I just do it when it looks like there's a propensity for my stitches to twist. And then it doesn't lay as nicely when that happens. It's not very time consuming. I am not having any problems with working with two threads. And they sit so beautifully on top of the fabric. I just love it. It has a velvety look to it too. So these, like this color here is sort of, it almost looks like a wool. It is, there's chamomile, and then this one is, what is it? I only had the book. It's chamomile and Grecian gold. Yeah, so it's so much fun. I really enjoy that. I like to switch it up every once in a while. It keeps me interested. So those were my starts. I have been stitching quite a bit. I have been going to town. And so even though that one is a bigger start, it's not that big. I would call that a medium-ish, maybe even smaller, medium to small stitch. So what else have I added? Is there anything else in here? Nope. What else have I added? Okay. I have this one to start. This is a cute little kit from Jessie and me. That should not take too long. And by the way, I have a ton of finished, not FFO pieces. I was looking through my finishes, trying to find the salt box finish that I had done, salt box quilt sampler. I'm like, oh, there's this one and this one and this one. I have two shepherd's bush. This one is called There Dwells My Heart. The kit comes with a 30 count, like a natural fabric, but I'm going to use that 40 count parchment for this. The second shepherd's bush is My Home Sweet Home. Look at that with the sheep on it. So stinking cute. I'm also going to put that on the parchment. I was going to put it on another section of this fabric that I ended up not using because I didn't have quite enough. This is the other big one I'm going to start. I've had it kitted for a while, and it is, what was this called? Liberty's Welcome. Lots of people have stitched this one. And this is on the rest of that 37 count Legacy Linen Russian Tea Cake by Access Commodities. So you can see what is that? I got pieces of stuff everywhere on my fabric. Anyway, you can see where I cut out a corner for that V-Suite. The rest of this is going to be the, there's my Liberty's Welcome. Gosh, I can't think. It's a very creamy colored fabric. Just very pretty. Pretty linen. So what else? Here's also on my list, American Harmony. I have one of these done, I think it's the very first one that she released. There's another one that's a Biscornu. This is the third one. And I have a scrap piece of fabric with called for threads. The fabric is R&R Espresso. This lovely one. Sweet Land of Liberty by Cherished Stitches, I think. And the called for threads. I don't remember what fabric this is. Uh, 36 count mystery. I must have got it on Stash Unload. I'm using that for that. I think I'm going to use, oh no, this is a different one. I have been wanting to work on this one forever. Forever and ever. So I hid this one up. Lucy Moore by Needlework Press. Look at that. Now she has over one here. I think I'll have to buy a Swasserfine in the white. And I have chosen Russian Caramel. This is by Number 12 Stitch Company. Ooh, this is a gorgeous fabric. Look at that. Yummy. They're also out of Australia, I believe, and fantastic service. Gorgeous, gorgeous fabrics. I think her name is Nicola. I'm a big fan of their fabrics. All right. I was buying threads, and I also am starting Chessie and Me Across the Sea sampler. My pattern is here somewhere. I could not find it. So when I was in Acorns and Threads, I just pulled the pattern and bought the threads for it. It has the long flags along the side. I'll drop a picture in here. I don't know where it is. It's somewhere. I'm not worried about it. I'll find it. Liberty for All sampler. This is by Stacey Nash. I think I used the kitted fabric, but I did change the red. So she stitched it. This is a little bit one of those sleeves that I don't care for. Plastic sleeves. I'm going to take that out and throw it away. It drives me crazy. It is, she chose raspberry, which is a purple. I did not want that. So I used the Silk PR 126 again from Silks For You. I switched it out. So that's what I'm using. And I think this is a Dying to Stitch. Let me see. I think it was one of their sampler sewing sampler series. Yes, it is. That's a great club. I'm telling you. I've been in it for several years now, and I have never been disappointed. I love everything that they make. Everything that they produce. Sorry, sometimes I look down and I talk, and I know that I'm talking too low, so I'll try and put my head up and talk to you so that you can hear me. Threadwork Primitives. Look at this big, huge eagle. Isn't she gorgeous? Call for threads, and the fabric is I don't know what the fabric is. It's a mystery. That's what the fabric is. It's a mystery. Also, Threadwork Primitives, Land That I Love, also to be stitched on this fabric. Probably this one too. E Pluribus Unum. I saw it. Christy from Daisy K Primitives stitched this, and I was immediately on the hunt for it. It's Summer House Stitchworks. I mean, this is a quintessential patriotic piece. So there's that one. And I tried to use kits that I already had when I could. One Nation. So I saw a whole group of stitchers at one of the Farm Girl retreats where all the stitchers had stitched this together, and they finished the inside based on their own tastes, individual tastes, and they were gorgeous. It was so beautiful. What a great kit. This was through Country Sampler. Now the last for sure, and I'm going to show you what some other ones for sure that I'm going to start, is Sarah Elliott. This is by Primitive Traditions. It's a kit from eons ago. You might find this on the secondary market. I found it. It did not have the box, so I'm going to have to make a box or find a box that works, but it came with the called for fabric, which is 36 count Morning Dove by Lakeside, which is a very, very, very pale gray color. And it calls for 6 billion threads. Fortunately, a lot of them are DMC, so that's good. And there are numerous little pieces in this. Here, let me do this. In this kit, there's what goes on top of the box. There is a needle book inside, a biscornu. There's a liner inside the box. It's stitched. Another, I think this holds this little scrimshaw ruler. There is this key fob or scissor fob, and yeah. Oh, I'm just like, I'm going to have to just start it. I'm just going to have to start it. And it's a 36 count morning dove is the fabric. I was so happy to find that. I found it years ago on eBay and bought it. It was a score to find the called for fabric because I haven't seen it. It's a lakeside fabric. I don't think I've ever seen it in a shop. It's just something that was probably available before I had come back to stitching. And maybe they don't dye it much now. I'm not sure why they don't dye it. All right, I'm going to put some of this stuff to the side. Actually, I'll just do this. Put to the side. One thing I wanted to mention is of one of the stitchers who watches my channel. During my whip parade, I showed this finish that was on the opposite corner of a long dog that's in my whip parade. And she's like, what pattern is that? So this is the pattern. It is by Summer House Stitchworks as well. And I just saw this on, Beth showed this on social media. So I know that this is available on her website, Summer House Stitchworks. Now, do you think I like Patriotic? Yes, I do. And this is not all of it because I was remembering some patterns that I have and I don't know where they are. Okay, this is the Farm Girl Retreat from last May from Paulette. It's called Every Gift, and it has a flag on it. It's red, white, and coral. I'm going to change some of the colors on here. I don't think I'm going to start it this year. One of the things I'm toying with is when I finish one, I might start another. I don't know because I could stitch Patriotic year round. For sure. This was from the first Dying to Stitch retreat that we went to. Home from Sea. So sweet. That's a blackbird. I have not started that. Also, Joy in Hand. This is a blackbird. This is now in a booklet format. It was a kit through one. Maybe it was the. I don't remember who offered it as a exclusive kit to begin with, but it's available now. Mine was a kit that I bought. I think that's all the kits. Nope. Oh yeah, I guess this is just In Full Glory. This is a Reward of Merit, which is now in another Blackbird Designs book that might be in this stack. I'm not sure. I thought about starting this one. It's a quickie. Tons of people have stitched that. This might be the one I have already, nope, I haven't stitched this one. This is number 72. This is also Summer House Stitchworks. Liberty Starburst is what it's called. And I loved these when they came out. These do remind me of, they look patriotic to me. Plum Street and Heart in Hand, Heartstring Sampler, sorry. This is what it looks like when they're put together. So maybe it's not so patriotic, but it just evokes some sort of, I don't know, stitcherly love. Kitten Stitcher, This Land is Made for You and Me. A Summer Swan, this is by With Eye Needle and Thread. Gosh, this is a tough one. I didn't pick this one. Liberty by With Eye Needle and Thread, Quaker. Hands Across, Hands on Design, not Hands Across the Sea, very different. This is Thread, White, and Blue. Look at that square finish, this one right there. Isn't that adorable? Long May She Wave by Abby Rose Designs. Lady Liberty by Heartstring Samplery. Love that. I have stitched this one. Freedom by Stacy Nash. It's in a box somewhere. Big Blue House Pink Keep. Lots of people have or are stitching this. If you see, she's got the outside of the drum has flowers on it. It's like the fall one that I showed you. Fall Pink Keep. I think it was called Fall Pink Keep. Drums. They're huge drums. That one, my fall one is out for finishing also. Stacy Nash, Berry Basket Sewing Tray, Pin Keep, and Strawberry Pin Keep. How sweet is that? Stacy Nash Country Samplers Summer House Pin Keeps. Pin Keep. That would be a fast one. Tiny Town Patriotic by Heart and Hand. Oh, this has little, oh, I gotta make sure that stays with it. This has little buttons that go with it. Oh, I can't show you. I was gonna show you, never mind. Patriotic Pinwheel by Artful Offerings. Isn't that just so stinking adorable? This would be cute, stitched and made into a wall hanging that was a pieced quilt wall hanging. Super cute. This one I'm obsessed with. This is Lucy Beam Love and Stitches. My idea is I have a big spool that I want to stitch this on the blue fabric and wrap it in the spool and unwrap it when it's being displayed. Patriotic House Trio, Waxing Moon Designs. Someone was working on this. Can't remember who it was. From the Heart Needle Art by Wendy. She's such a sweetheart, that Wendy is. From the Bowl, for the Bowl series, Liberty Lodge by my friend Lori Wilson from Thread Milk Designs. Those would be fast and fun. Liberty for All by Brenda Gervais. Grand Old Flag. Surprise, Brenda Gervais. I think I pulled, this is the Brenda Gervais section of the video. Lady Liberty, Brenda Gervais. Also, Red, White, and Blue, Brenda Gervais. My Home Sweet Home, Brenda Gervais. Somebody stitched this twice. They stitched it once, put it in their stash of things that they'd already finished, and then stitched it on another count, not knowing that they'd already stitched it once, and that would totally be a Lisa move right there. Farmyard Parade. Look at how stinking cute that is. This is cute finished together too, not as separate pillows, but together. Liberty, Brenda Gervais. Baltimore Salt Box, BG. Stars and Stripes. I would love to stitch this one and frame it like I did the Cherry Hill sampler. Put them together. Basket Full of Summertime. Not sure why I haven't stitched this one. I think Tara Sully Stitches is working on that. Oh, I love this one too. Calling of the Sea by Stacy Nash. I love maritime stuff, you guys. We lived on the coast here for 10 years. My husband grew up there. Sweet Land of Liberty. I had plans for this. I was going to change it up a little bit too. And I even put some of the Silks for You thread in there. Liberty Lodge by Plum Street. How cute is that? Flag Folk, Flag Flock, Plum Street. God Bless America, Plum Street. My friend Jim. Jim and this. She did that one. It was agony. She finished it. Stitch and Jim. Mini Moon, Plum Street. I did Summer Moon. It's also in my to be finished pile. Freedom Pin Roll. How sweet is this? Plum Street. Would love this one. Christmas in July, Plum Street. Oof. Heartstring Grand Old Flag Pen Drum. How sweet. All right, these are Paulette's Rhode Island style stitching. The first one, Heritage Sampler. I'm not sure which one came next. I think the Equality Sampler was second. Oh, look at that. So pretty. And then a New Constellation. Christine from Hollis Hand Creates, she stitched all those, and I think she framed them in the same frame material, molding. Salt box, summer salt box from Plum Street. You think, oh, that would be fast, and then you realize it's full coverage. Plum Street, blue skin. Oh, I love that. And summer in Nantucket. And Peace, Love, and Purpose. Plum Street. You're in the Plum Street section now. Summer Delivery. Plum Street. Sampler House 3. Plum Street. When the Sampler Houses came out, I think she has 6 or 7 of them. Maybe it's 5. I was like, I'm going to stitch these all in one big piece, and then I did not do that. John and Abigail, Plum Street. How adorable is that? Oh. Teresa Kogut, Lincoln's Eagle. I was going to say, I don't think she stitched this is the fabric color behind it, but your border is definitely a last stitching. It was one of her earlier designs. Little House Needlework, and this is Battle Hymn of the Republic. My sister has stitched this one. 4 freedoms: freedom of speech, freedom of worship, freedom from want, and freedom from fear. Little House Needleworks. Little House Needleworks, 2005 Americana sampling. It's a limited edition. Look how sweet that is. Suffrage Act Proclaimed, Little House Needleworks. Oh, I love this one. Little House Needleworks, Old Nantucket. To the journey's end ye roam upon the foaming sea. Nantucket waits to see thy sails as my heart waits for thee. Stars and Stripes Forever, Annie B's folk art. Oh, I love that flag. Love it. And also American House Sampler. I want to say Americana. That's really pretty. Sweet Freedom Berry, Erica Michaels. This is this is on the silks. Whew. I don't know. Maybe. Erica Michaels, God Bless America. Yeah, that's a beautiful one. Scarlet House, Patriotic Scissor Pocket. Are you getting tired? Chessie and Me, American Stitch House. I was at the Culture Station retreat where Chessie and Me was there, and we did this box with a fall theme. That's amazing. You could do this and just make this into like a needle case instead, or a pin cushion or something. Chessie and Me has some great patriotic pieces. Tolman House, 1864 sampler. And Lincoln Home, 1860 sampler. And Independence House sampler. Oh, this has got fabric in it. Sheepish Designs. I stitched this for a Flosstube retreat in New Jersey as an exchange gift. Betsy from Sheepish Designs. Also Sheepish Designs Shady Day. Look at the eagles on here. How cute is that? And Eagle 106th Samplery Sheepish Designs. It'd be awesome to have like a sewing basket that just had all patriotic smalls in it. Think about that. Liberty Lane by Abby Rose Designs. Not Forgotten Farm, Patriotic Fan Pin Keep. Oh, I love this. How humble is that? It's so sweet. Also from Thread Milk Designs, this is a sesquicentennial alphabet in blue, 1874. That's pretty. That's my friend Lori again. She's so talented. United We Stand by Blackbird. This is in another booklet that they released later. This was the big project from the Dying to Stitch retreat that we went to in 2019-ish. We Live in Hope, and I absolutely love this one. I should start this one. It's a kid. Also absolutely love this one. I'm gonna have a bunch of stuff fall off my table here because I got so much backed up. Liberty is a plant of rapid growth. Heartstring sampler. Love, love, love this one. Here's the small that goes with it. Liberty pin drum. O is for Old Glory. Heartstring. And then all of these, Brenda Gervais. This is the Summer Schoolhouse series. But look at the flag on the side of the building. And this all goes together, of course. My sister's working on this. Blackbird Designs, Union Forever. Maggie Bononomy on that one. Patriotic July, Blackbird Designs, little stockings. Liberty Eagle, Blackbird Designs. I love that. Also, you can stitch in a smaller version. Blackbird Designs, A Fine Collection. There's one in here. I just love this book. It's amazing. I think it's in the back here. With the oak leaves and the oaks. Isn't that beautiful? You guys, there's so much here. It's crazy. There's so much. Hats off to Uncle Sam. I think this one's still available with Blackbird Designs. I'm not 100% sure on that. Sewing Bird Scissor Pocket by Blackbird Designs. It's not an eagle, but it sort of reminds me of an eagle. All of these in this book. Land of Liberty, Blackbird Designs. This is the one that I showed you was a sewing, the Merit, something Merit, small one. And it's in this book. Also these ones at the top here. Gorgeous. Tree of Life samplings. Glory, Glory. Tree of Life samplings, Blessed Nation. Crown and Thistle. This is R&R. Dying to Stitch. This is their reproduction or original design line. American Dreams, Liberty. I really love this one. That beautiful blue house. Shepherd's Bush. This is Americana Trifles. Shepherd's Bush, July. Shepherd's Bush, Old Glory and Grand Old Flag. Blue Ribbon Designs, Patriotic Patchwork. She does a great job of showing how you can make smalls out of that big, beautiful, and it's not even that big. It's 134 by 158, so it's not huge. There's a lot of stitching in there. Americana by Carriage House Samplings. Did you see where Liz Matthews, so Kathy Barrick and Marty Barrick are sisters, and Marty bought Carriage House Samplings from Kathy Barrick. Now Marty wants to retire, so Liz Matthews, Kathy's daughter, bought the Carriage House Samplings line, which is fantastic. Midsummer Night Design, The Noble Free. This is out of print. Also Midsummer Night Designs, Blessed is the Nation. Love that. The blue on the black really pops off. Needle Made Designs, Home of the Free Sewing Set. Heartstrings by the Artist Collection. Who's this by? I guess it's called the Artist Collection. It's an oldie. This is probably printed in the 90s or 80s. What's this say? 1997. I gotta put some of this on the floor before it falls on the floor. Land of the Free. This is by Willow Hill Samplings. They were out of print for a long time, and it's been reprinted. Chincoteague, Carriage House Samplings. Crochet Go-Go. This is a PDF. I printed it. It's for this year. It's a recent design. You can get this online in her shop. Betsy Ross Flag by the Primitive Hair. Isn't that gorgeous on that We the People fabric. Seasons of the Heart by Brenda Gervais. Look at that patriotic one down there. Isn't that pretty? Also, Samplers Not Forgotten, 4th of July Picnic. Who knew there were so many patriotic designs, right? Okay. This is one I did not kit up, but it is on my short list. I need to finish a big one first. Let Freedom Ring. Lila Studio. Oh, love that one. Love it, love it, love it. Let Freedom Ring by Crosspoint Designs. This is also a fantastic chart. Summer Quaker by Lila Studios. Also on the short list to start. Fantastic. All of these Siren Stitch Works. I love the different sizes and the different fabrics being used. American Sampler by Primrose Cottage. Oh, this one almost too. I almost put this one in the 25. Stars and Stripes by Paulette from Plum Street and Teresa from Shakespeare's Peddler. These now are sold individually also, but they were sold together at the beginning. Freebird by Plum Street. This is an older chart of hers. I think she had this remade into like a pocket or something. It's adorable. And then Teresa Kogut. I mean, honestly, she creates books like this, and I would stitch absolutely everything in the book. How fabulous is that? And this one, A Time to Work. There's 4 of those for that particular Chantel from Chantel's Designs 141. I don't know, anyway. So Broad Stripes and Bright Stars by Teresa Kogut. Also a book full of goodness. Well, I hope that was tantalizing to you. I do have a notebook in here. I have a couple more things to chat about that I didn't say in my last video. So let me go back and see if I can find it. Here are some floss tubes that I've been watching. Renee from Prairie Stitcher 515. Renee came over from Instagram and she has had a couple of videos now. So check Renee out. Sewing Room Secrets. Sewing Room Secrets. I love those videos. My friend Chris from Eeyore Stitcher. Unfinished Stitches. It's a a mother-daughter video, and they're a lot of fun to watch. I think they're from Utah. Stitch and Gem. My girl Gem. Stitchy Witch 42. My friend Audrey. Tara from Sully Stitches. And I watched Jordan the Tattooed Stitcher. I've watched a lot of people recently. It seems like there are some shows that I've been watching. I watched Sandokan, and I think it's on Max, Sandokar. We liked that a lot. We also watched Runaway, which I think is on Netflix, and it's a series. Liked that one a lot. And I watched The Seven Dials, which is an Agatha Christie remake. It's a limited series, and the main character is a gal who I saw on the remake of Persuasion. And when I saw this, I'm like, gosh, she looks familiar. And then when I looked her up, I'm like, oh, that's why I know her. I liked it so much, I watched it twice, the series twice. There you go. So I need to clean up my mess. And I keep telling you guys I'm going to do a house tour and give you an update, but I didn't shoot any video and it's raining now, so I probably won't get out there. I will see y'all in a few weeks, 2 or 3 weeks. I'm not sure how many. It depends on what I get done and what I've got going on. Thanks for stopping by and watching, and have a great weekend. Thanks.